On today's Teachers Off Duty podcast, we talk about things teachers do that get on other teachers' nerves. Like interruptions. Also, there's PLC beef going down in the schools, admin beefing with other teachers, and we're definitely going to talk about PBIS buck overuse, inflation on the PBIS game. Stick around. TOD starts now.
What's up, educators? What's up, educators? Happy Sunday.
Like
How are you doing today?
Sunday.
Yes, it's a Sunday. It's a fun day. No more scaries. Why? Because we are here. We're here for you. That's right. The Teachers Off Duty podcast back again for another wonderful episode.
Back again.
It's
back
your
again.
man KC Mack. What's up? Boop, boop, boop. And I got my peoples back with me. Tell them who y'all is. Yes, I said is.
I'm Honestteachervibes.
I'm Devin Siebold. No air horn. Okay.
What if it cut just to you and then you see like the jazz hands like pop into the camera?
I mean, we say introduce to people, but I mean, at this point, where have you been? You've been under a rock? You know what I'm saying?
Are you new here?
We've been some of the people that's been responsible for giving you some good content
Responsible?
for the past.
Nobody would call
At
me
least
responsible.
7 years in the game. Past.
True.
A little bit longer than you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true. When I first met you, I was like, you're really tall. Because I had watched y'all on board teachers for years.
Matter of fact, it was really cool too because during one of the shows, our first show was in January. Miss Smith was on the show. It was you, Miss Smith, and Mark.
And
I
was teaching.
Yeah, she was teaching, but we was
Which I
laughing. We was in the green room. We was like, damn. I was like, we were like the OG faces of board teachers, like the videos, and we
Absolutely.
talking about how like it all
Respect.
started. You know what I'm saying? With us
Respect.
doing the videos and putting it out there. So it's just really cool that how
We were like the Isley brothers out there,
right
And
shoot.
And you always brought it back to the mic, as Bernie say. Shoot.
So it's been a real cool trip. And since, like I said, the days of doing the videos on the platform on Facebook and Instagram and all that, it transcended to the tour.
Transcended.
The tour is off the chain. Let me just tell you about that. The tour is going out.
I really love the tour, for real.
I do too.
I love the tour.
And guess where we are tonight? We are at Northampton, Massachusetts. That's where we
What
are
up
tonight
with
with
it?
2 sold out shows. Not just one, but we have 2.
Boom!
yeah,
I said we have 2.
Bow.
Northampton.
2 sold out shows.
Bow.
Not Southampton.
Northampton.
Not
North
East
Side.
Hampton.
That's what we're doing.
That's how you rocking?
That's how we doing it.
You rocking?
And you know what else?
Nice.
You know how else we're rocking?
How we rocking?
Next week we're gonna be in Idaho and Salt Lake City. You like Salt Lake
I love
City?
Salt Lake City.
I do like Salt Lake City.
That's
I think
where
it's beautiful.
I
Get a lot
love
of
Salt
good
Lake
teacher
City.
That's
friends
where
out
white
there.
people started.
Yeah.
It is the whitest town. You're like, is it still snowing here? No, that's the people.
Devin!
You never been?
I love Salt Lake City. I've been one time there in Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah, it's beautiful there too.
Yeah, I love
This is a dumb question. I gotta ask it though. Is it salt in the lakes for real?
They do have a Salt Lake, the Great Salt Lake. Yeah.
Okay.
Not me looking at him, because I was like, dang well, I don't know.
The salt
Okay.
flats are out there. It's all salt.
Oh,
All
okay.
salt.
Woo. Okay.
Used to be an ancient ocean, and the salt has settled.
I knew that.
Is that where like
I knew that the whole time.
it's Salt Lake City where like the Mormon
Yes.
temple is? Okay. I remember I went to Salt Lake City in college for a basketball trip, and then the lady that mentored me in college, her family is from Snohomish, Washington, which is like an hour from Seattle. So
Yeah, all right. You know a place
Fun
that is
fact.
not an hour from Seattle?
where?
Canada.
Actually, it is.
Not
It's
Toronto,
like
though.
right there. but
Not Toronto.
Why do you know everything?
Wait a minute.
Basic
The funny
geography.
thing is,
What is
the
wrong
funny
with you
thing
people?
is, look, no, I knew it was like, I was like, damn, it borders the whole, northern part of the United States. But I was like, Toronto and Ottawa. does not.
The other side.
Some of us didn't pay attention.
It's not an hour
That's
away.
okay.
In geography.
I taught geography.
I was asleep. So. Oh, you did teach geography. Shut up. That's why you know everything.
7th grade.
I should ask you an Edgar Allan Poe quote. Say one on the spot. Name an Edgar Allan Poe.
Nevermore.
Oh, okay.
And what was the black inventor that invented the stoplight?
Well, I don't know that one.
I don't know that one either.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Yeah. We're going to be in Kentucky, Indiana, Fort Worth, Louisiana, Mississippi, Wyoming, and Colorado. That's right. The board teaches comedy tour.
Colorado.
How do you say it? It's Colorado.
You said Colorado.
That's what it's called. What do you call it?
Colorado? Because I'm country.
Colorado?
Colorado?
I didn't say it like either one of you just said it.
You know what?
I almost said a cuss word, but I stopped myself.
I feel there's a lot of tension on
we
this
beefing
panel.
over that.
We have beef. And you know what? It sets us up perfectly for
That's
today's
a great
episode.
transition.
They was like, that's a good one.
Today's episode is
Another
about
one.
teacher beef.
Teacher beef.
Things that other teachers do that get on other teachers' nerves.
Oddly enough, teachers today can't afford beef.
That's right.
We're talking about the other beef of getting mad at each other.
They can't really afford that one either because I guess
have you seen steak prices? I can't. Nobody
real
afford
talk.
beef.
I'm
Exactly.
like, dang, what kind of?
Yeah,
I'm good.
we need to have a talk when we go out to Montana.
I'm trying
talk
to tell
these
you.
ranchers.
Don't even talk about Montana
Wow.
because I love my little show.
Oh,
Yellowstone?
Yellowstone.
Montana.
Haven't watched it yet. I want to watch it.
No.
You got to.
Everybody says it. So all my
It's
teacher
so
friends says it's
good.
good. I got to watch it.
It's so good.
Teacher beef. Teacher beef.
Yeah.
Have you had teachers beefing it? Like,
I'm
talk
talking-
about
I'm
hardcore,
talking-
like,
I'm
teachers.
asking y'all.
I've seen teacher gorditas.
Oh,
that is
not the
beef
gordita.
supreme.
I seen teacher
with
rack-a-lamb.
the sour cream.
I don't think not with the sour cream. I don't think I've ever seen teachers like really like just they didn't like each other.
Let me tell you something. At our Christmas parties.
Oh Lord have mercy! Not the Christmas party.
Every year.
It goes down.
It goes down. Like
goes
real
down.
beef. Like not just, let me confront you. No, beef. Like some hands get put on hands. And
Are you serious?
And the only reason why a lot of people don't lose their job because it doesn't happen on school property. But things go down.
Have you had somebody get to fighting?
No, not to fighting. No, not that I know of.
I've seen people like exchange words, but like that was it. That was the extent of it. Like stop. I think these teachers were arguing over. One of them kept letting kids come to the teachers' lounge, and the other one was like a stickler. She was like, "There's not supposed to be any kids in the teachers' lounge. You just stop letting them come in here." And the teacher who allowed the kid to go to the teachers' lounge was like, "That teacher hurt my feelings, and she was rude and disrespectful, and she needs to apologize." And the principal went and told the teacher she needed to apologize to the teacher that she hurt her feelings. And she was like, hard no.
Nope.
She said no. She was like, no, I'm not apologizing. What do I look like apologizing?
Yeah.
They make her apologize. There's not supposed to be kids in there. I was like, you seen that Homer Simpson meme where he just like slides into the background? That was me. I was like, I don't want no smoke. Because sometimes I send my kids in there too.
Oh, you do?
The teachers' lounge?
We don't have one. It was a joke.
I've seen people send kids in the teachers' lounge.
Yeah.
Warm up their food.
Well, I'm just a teacher that can't say no. So anytime a kid was like, "Hey, Mr. Mack, can you please give me some ice?" I'm like,
No.
Man, come on.
Yeah, no.
And they used to get mad at me for letting the kids go in and get
So you were the
ice.
teacher that me and Devin was beefing with.
Yeah.
Because
that's how I would like reward them. Because if I couldn't make it to the store, I would just say, "Hey, come in here and pick what you want out of the vending machine."
Yeah.
And I'm
It's
just
one
like,
of those things where it's like, it just depends on the day, man. Like, hey, they ain't going in there to chill and hang out. People gonna disagree because I've done both. I've been like, hey, they're not supposed to be in here, or hey, it's fine. Like they're just heating up. It depends on which student you seeing.
Yes,
Right.
that's true. Yep.
Yeah.
So depending on whether I'm gonna say something, it depends on which student. Because if he came in there and he going through the refrigerator rummaging through his lunch, and because it said freezer and he thought it said free on the front of it, so he ate it. That's not your lunch. Put it back.
This episode is sponsored by ZocDoc. Now, we all know there's things in life where you have to compromise on, like a car you can afford with your teacher's salary, with the hubcaps missing. Sometimes doesn't start, has 150,000 miles on it, but it gets you to and from school. Well, when it comes to your health, there is no compromise. So don't go back on that one doctor who uses your appointment to catch up on their crossword puzzles just because they're available right now. Instead, Check out ZocDoc, the place where you can find and book doctors who will make you feel comfortable, listen to you, and prioritize your health. And we're not talking about a few. We're talking about tens of thousands of doctors, all with verified patient reviews so you can make sure the vibes are vibing before you ever meet in real life. ZocDoc is a free app and a website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you and instantly book appointments with them online. I use ZocDoc. You should too. So go to ZocDoc.com/teachers and download the ZocDoc app for free. Find and book your new top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/TEACHERS, ZocDoc.com/teachers. I had a weird beef, and it was with not necessarily just a teacher in general, but it was with a few teachers.
Oh.
So we had a school that bought into PBIS bucks.
Oh, God.
Like, do you have the reward dollars? Do you have those? So we had a store, and you could buy stuff with your PBIS dollars.
I can't.
And I thought, in my head, I noticed a change. I had kids wanting to earn the dollars. And I handed them out as you earned a dollar. Great job. Yeah. It was meant to be exemplary. You know, there's something you went above and beyond, you get $1. There were teachers out there just like Ja Morant in a strip club, just I mean, just throwing out the dollar bills.
Oh, because what you not going to do is speak on Ja's name.
But they would literally like just be like $50 to whoever that name answers this.
Like that.
It was inflation. It was inflation.
Yeah, it is.
Trying
brought down the value of the dollar.
I had to adjust the interest level at which I was handing out. We had the feds involved. Who is the feds? I don't know, but what I'm saying is, honestly, though, I would get mad because there were kids that were in these classes.
Yeah.
The other kids weren't.
Yeah.
And they were coming out rich.
Yeah, that's not fair. Wealthy. Because there needs to be some continuity to
it. Illegal tender.
Yeah, and so they would come out with like 40 PBIS bucks in one class.
Yeah, that's not
And these
fair.
kids are working hard to get 40 on across the board.
Yeah.
And so then you have them going up to the store, I'll take it all,
That's
you know?
not fair,
And it's like these other kids did all. So I used to have beef with the teachers that would liberally hand out the PBIS books. And I would know you too, because I'd see these kids and they'd have a fat stack, and I'd be like, which corner you got that on? And they'd be like the Miss Smith corner. I'd be like, Miss Smith.
Hold up, because Miss Smith would never do that.
I'd be like, you know,
Jess, we're not talking to you. He's talking about another Miss Smith.
Yeah. But I would always
but for the record, Miss Smith looked like she would give out money.
She would hand
just
out
for
the left.
Yo, what y'all
you
not
get a
gonna
dollar.
do?
You get a dollar.
I will call
You get a
Jess
dollar.
on this phone right
Everybody
now. Don't
gets a
y'all dare speak on Jess
dollar.
Smith's name like that.
I'm not even in your class. You get a dollar.
Don't y'all ever, Jess, when you watch this, I was not in cahoots with them.
The parent comes up. Hey, I'm here to talk about. Hey, you get a dollar too, sir.
How dare y'all?
Would you like a pencil?
Maybe she's sweet and you're not.
No, I mean I'm
mean.
It's a system. It's a system.
Right, checks and balances.
But yeah. I'm with it though.
I would get so mad about
Shout
that.
out to Teacher Tales and Miss Smith.
Yes, absolutely.
But you know what? This is us all being on tour together since the beginning. We're siblings. Literally, we're siblings. We all mess with each other.
This goes down at my school. This is where a lot of beef happens in PLC. Now,
dude, it gets heated.
You're
up
supposed
in
to be
PLC.
collective together, putting together, sharing ideas.
Not the common planning beefing.
Oh man,
not the common planning beefing.
Let two of your ideas get shot down.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
anarchy.
It's going down.
World War III.
Oh, beef. I'm talking about beef,
dude,
beef.
And especially like the ELA and math PLCs. Them Jones be, especially with test scores and data and.
So look.
I got PTSD right now. I'm thinking about it.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I come in, sit down. A lot of times my presence is there, and I chime in here and there, you know. But really, the teachers, you know, they're putting together, and I'm just supporting it. Whatever y'all need, I got your back. Yeah, whatever I need to do for my small groups, whatever I need to do.
Our inclusion teachers didn't never come to our PLC.
Well, we had to, right? So, but here's the thing. But if we have like art meetings, or if we had like a lot of paperwork, sometimes they say, you can come in there, you can, you know, kind of do the arts while you're working. So you know you're there, but you know, on the days that I wasn't there is when the beef was happening. I'm talking about, and I see teachers going, man, you should have been in PLC. You don't know.
It's like when you miss a day of school.
Right.
Yeah, it's like everybody gets, dang.
Right.
I should have just came to school.
Right.
Everything popped off when I wasn't
I
there.
just used to pop up, just ready, just to make sure I wasn't missing nothing. Like, The days I come here, I want to act all kumbaya.
Well,
this way I want to get together.
It's always like when you know that like there's that one teacher that's beefing with the administrator that's in the PLC. Because we had my old school, we had our principals were the principal of that particular subject. So we had state tested subject principals because we had like 5 principals, and there was one teacher that like she was a veteran teacher and she was gonna say exactly what she thought, and like the rest of us in the meeting, like some veteran teachers in there and some of us. This was when I was first year teacher. And they would say something, and I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, this feels real." Like, you ever try to make yourself sit smaller because you feel awkward? I'm like, "Dang, why y'all?" And like one of the teachers, my gosh, this was terrible. She came so hard for that principal during that PLC meeting that she knew she was in the wrong, and she turned around and tried to do like a "We love you" like award type of thing. And I'm like, because you knew you was wrong.
She started handing out PBIS bucks.
She was giving out PBIS bucks because she knew she was wrong in that meeting. I was like, yo, now there is teacher beef, and there is like downright like, hey, that was out of pocket.
So you spurred a memory of mine. So I was in a PLC one time, and I will never forget. There was a teacher and another teacher, and it was male and female, and the female is getting a little upset that the male is not agreeing with her. And the reason the sex matters, I'll tell you in just a second. But they were arguing back and forth, but it was cordial. It was no, I really think. And then he said, "Listen, pumpkin." And as soon as pumpkin came out, I was like, "Ooh!
Oh my gosh! Don't say pumpkin!"
Oh my gosh! And it was a thing for like a month.
We need a safe word after you said that, because don't say don't do that. That is so condescending. I am not a kid.
I mean, sometimes people say it
not
like
a kid.
Not a dude to a woman in a disagreement.
In that particular moment, I definitely think it was a.
She called him all kinds of names
put you
in her.
where you
Absolutely
need to be.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not even like a child. It's like a superiority of gender at that part.
Yeah, like that.
You trying to
the means like the times where I've been and like I just don't. My secondhand embarrassment, like I just because my thing is if you don't like somebody at work, they should never know. In a different setting, you can know that I don't like you. But there's some professional settings where let's keep work. There would be no reason to divulge that I don't like you. Because we don't have to be friends to do our job. I'm not your friend. We ain't got to be friends to do our job. I don't necessarily care if you know that I don't like you, but you will never hear it from me. And I ain't gonna say it to anybody else, because there's certain settings that you just we're at work.
Hey, I get
there's
you.
There's people that I dislike,
you.
but I'm just like whatever. Like
no, I hear you. But I'm not trying to hear you right now, because I let my beef be well known.
That's why your shirt gets snagged on the door handle when you're mad. Because God be like, hold up.
There's one teacher, I do not like her to this day, and everybody who know me and know my real straight, they know exactly who I'm talking about.
That don't
and
mean
I ain't gonna call her name out.
If you said that woman's name, I knew you was
I almost wanted to, but I didn't. But no, but
it doesn't mean my teacher bestie doesn't know that I don't like somebody. They just don't know.
Here's the problem. If you know you have a beef with a certain educator, stay away from them. Meaning, not talking about in professional setting where you have to be together and work.
Right.
But like, if we're on plan period, and just because I'm sharing a classroom with another teacher, we don't like each other.
But that's inclusion, I guess, because I'm not sharing a classroom with anybody.
Don't come into the classroom, because that's my space.
But the other teacher isn't there with them.
See?
That's their space too.
But you know what? You only come in to see that teacher because right now we really beefing.
How you know though?
Because
that's what I'm saying.
No,
keep
listen.
work.
No,
like,
because I'm here every day. You don't come in any other time. Oh, we get into a third period. Now you popping your face up here. Now, okay, all of a sudden. You don't never come here.
That's what I'm saying.
Now you come
I just
here.
Don't get into it.
And Casey is about to pull out his phone and text her right now. You know I hate you. You are making me so mad.
No, I did something petty. I did something petty. When she was in the classroom and she was over there, I got on YouTube and I found a song that expressed my feelings toward this teacher, and I played it and was just looking like,
I haven't seen you this mad since the Arby's 5 for $5 went away, bro.
Oh, this beef is real, bro.
I've been angry at other teachers, but I had a public email exchange battle with the assistant principal, because they gave a reward luncheon to students that were C to A. And I don't mind that. I said, shouldn't we have a reward luncheon for students that are making gains or A, B?
Yeah.
I said C, it's just, it's saying we expect you to stay at C. I want them to have something to shoot for and try to get that B and that A. Yeah. And the C's to go, oh man, I wish I had that. And I sent it to her, just like direct, just to her. And she responded with, well, that's a great idea. Next time when we plan this in 4 weeks, I'm going to have you be the head of the planning. And that was the punishment, was now I gave you a job for coming at me. And I was like, no, I didn't sign
ask
up
for
for
a
that.
job. I'm just telling you, I feel like it makes some of the other kids feel left out.
Right.
That's what I said.
Right.
I said I didn't ask for
fair.
another job. I said that's something that you guys do at the office. That's your. And she's like, no. You seem to have an opinion on this. And I'm like,
oh, lady. Devin's like, alrighty, well, here we go.
Yeah. Let me just pull up my Facebook Live.
And you, as somebody who doesn't hit reply all, was like, I'm about to add the rest of the school. Anyway.
Oh, she did. She added the school because she wanted to be a public form of punishment.
Well, now Devin don't never hit reply all, but this the only time I'm hitting this button today.
Yep.
Because there was unnecessary. This was a private conversation. This was an A and B conversation. See your way out before D jump over E and knock the F out of you.
Yep.
Ooh, I never heard that extended version.
I got that one from the kids. I was like, don't say that.
But also say it one more time.
Remix. Never heard that one before. That's a good one.
That is crazy.
Yep.
This episode is sponsored by Honey Love. Hey, best friends. You know we move around way too much every day at school to ever have to suffer with an uncomfortable bra. Thankfully, Honey Love has revolutionized the bra game. Upgrade your life from traditional bras that use uncomfortable underwire and bulky fabrics that trap heat and make you sweat all day at school. Honey Love's bras feature supportive bonding that eliminates the need for underwire without sacrificing lift. Plus, they're made with fabric that's so soft it feels like a second skin. You'll immediately feel and see the difference. You know that feeling when you get home from a long day at school and immediately want to take off your bra? You know we all know it, girl. With Honey Love, you'll never experience that again. Their bras are so comfortable, you'll forget you're wearing them, and you may even sleep in them. And for a limited time, only Honey Love is giving all Teachers Off Duty listeners a 20% off your entire order with our exclusive link, honeylove.com/TOD. Support the show and check them out at honeylove.com/TOD for 20% off your entire order. You know what? Like, I think it's okay because some people argue like you shouldn't do a reward luncheon for the A and B students because some students like their knowledge level, like they are a C, like they're understanding what their foundational knowledge was built from kindergarten to whatever. They're understanding they're at a C. So then they would say, well, that's not fair. You shouldn't do a reward luncheon. Listen, I think it's okay we all have rewards in life because we're setting the kids up for real life. We all, if we're the top producer in our career, whether it gives them something to shoot for. At the same time, I agree with you on that if they show growth, like because a lot of the kids
I said something else that we can measure.
Something measurable that allows the other kids, because when I was in school, I was like, dang, like I know I'm not going to make a 94 like I wasn't an honor roll student, but I was still trying. It wasn't like I was just sitting in class like not paying attention. Some stuff I genuinely didn't understand, no matter how hard my brain just like freaking algebra 2. But I understand what you're saying, and that particular topic is another thing that could get sticky in PLC, like because we all have like our different opinions and perspectives. That's why to me, like it's just a way to keep it professional, because then when it's not saying that we can't disagree with each other, but when it gets to the point where like, hey bro, I will throw hands with you after school because you disagree with me on whether these kids should be, it just takes a certain level of hostility out of it. We passionate about what we saying, we ain't finna throw hands though. Because then once it gets to the point where I don't like you at work because we disagreed about something that had to do with our job, I ain't trying to throw hands over this job.
Well, it's because a lot of times they take it personally. I remember we talked about last night. You was like, a lot of the 4 agreements take a thing.
The 4 agreements. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions.
Because that's not a representation of you.
It's not a representation of you, right? It's a representation of them.
Right.
Because with her responding and adding everybody, that was a representation of her, not of you.
So, but a lot lot they take offense to that.
It's offensive, though.
Right. No, it is
so
very,
the rule,
very much so.
The agreement from we're talking about the 4 agreements by do you know the name of the guy? I think it's John.
I forget the name. It's an easy read though. Book only about like that thin.
Oh, he's like, I don't know this book. Anyway, if you don't know what we're talking about the 4 agreements. It's a it's kind of like the daily stoic. It's like the idea of stoicism or whatever. But one of them is don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best, and it be impeccable with your word. And so the don't take anything personally, in that particular part of the book, they talk about how if somebody responds to you in a certain kind of way, or if they say something, it is a representation of them, not necessarily of you. You may have pissed them off and genuinely made them mad, but we can only control our responses to things. And so with the not taking anything personally, it's just because that's one of the 4 agreements doesn't mean it's easy to do. Right. It's not easy to do. Right. Because if you hurt my feelings, like as the kids would say, me personally, like that, me personally, I wouldn't take that. Right. Respectfully, and I'm like, why are y'all saying me personally, and why are you saying respectfully in the most disrespectful way possible? Like, so you should have emailed her back respectfully. Right. Piss off.
It's all I'm not racist, but.
Oh, I'm not racist, but if you gotta say I'm not racist, but in the front of it, boy, you is the most racist person.
But no, I think a lot of times that's what makes the beef, takes it up to that level, is because a lot of times everybody's there to do their job. Now, some people have different approaches to how they do their jobs, certain tactics that we disagree with. Yeah. But the rule of thumb is you really shouldn't take that personally, like you said, to the point where I want to take you outside and beat your butt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is where our beef comes from. We have departments. Our science department, math department, beefing for real. History departments. And at my school, they beef over... every year there's a contest, and it's like a theme contest. So it's like
people be beefing over some contest, man.
like, and it's like a big group. The whole department, you dress up and you have a theme, and then the kids get to vote, right? Which department wins? Now, for the past, I don't know,
I'm about to say, what they
4 or 5 years, or whatever it was, the science has been kicking butt, right? And kicking butt, and they walk around so proud. Yeah, we've been winning. Well,
is that how they walk around? They sound like the Munchkins from.
They tell me like, yeah, we've been winning.
Apparently, you don't talk to science teachers because that sounded exactly like a science teacher.
Excuse me, my teacher bestie is a science teacher.
They do things like dress up like atoms, different atoms, and this is like some of the stuff they put, and they'd be the Addams family. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So history, they would dress up like different parts of periods of the past, whatever. So. Science has been kicking butt, but they got some new teachers, some new young, fresh minds that came. The new fresh teachers that came in for the past 2 years. Great ideas, and they've been winning. Now science, this one particular, is just so mad at everybody. I'm talking about mad. Like you would think that you
like
just lost
Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi or Nicki Minaj. Mad.
You would think that they just lost. Like an important competition that was paying their bills, providing for their family. No.
But it's just competition in general makes us competitive. Like,
right. It's okay. Be competitive. It's cool.
But did they feel like they cheated or something?
Just because you have all the coaches, the kids are just going crazy because of the coaches on the team.
Ma'am, please calm down.
Our costumes was way better.
Does her face look like that when she...
Flipping off teachers, F you, cussing them out. One of the teachers...
She cussing folks out.
One of the teachers couldn't be there because he was having a baby. Having a baby.
Like his wife was having
His wife was having a baby. And she was like, if he was here, we would have won. And it's like, well, yeah, he was having a kid. Forget his kid. She said that.
Why is she so pressed?
She didn't say forget, though.
Did she get in trouble for...
No.
Going off on everybody about but she would have had to feel like she felt like the cheating was with the people.
It got so bad. The principal, he said that he might stop doing it if it continues. Like if this, that's how bad it is.
Why do you have to stop doing it? Just reprimand that teacher because
beefing.
But all kind of competition has
HR
a healthy...
was about to get involved.
Competition has a healthy level of beef to it.
Not when HR is involved.
No, that's not a healthy level.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. To me, you don't beef with the science teachers anyways, because the next thing you know, you spill your coffee by accident on your desk and it starts burning through the desk. You're like, what the heck is... Like, I saw it on Looney Tunes.
I know who not to mess with next time.
Science, man.
I always feel like...
Listen. Go ahead.
No, I always feel like the beef is between... it's like... they hate us because they ain't us. I always feel like the beef is between everybody else and the PE teachers.
Right.
Everybody mad at the PE teachers. It's like, hey, you could have chose to teach them. PE too. Like
us versus them. Yes.
I'm like, I'm with it, but I'm like,
yeah, I ain't mad at the PE. I ain't mad at the coaches, man.
I ain't mad at you because I'm a coach, but I teach a state tested subject because I'm awesome.
Let me say this.
And now the beef will happen at her school.
Now we got over 50 here of the best ones of the
these are
Facebook
really good.
posts, thousands
really
of
good.
comments,
These are
IG
really
posts, thousands of comments
really
of
good.
things that teachers beef with other teachers. They get on each other's nerves, and there's not one mention of the one thing that we had a prevalence of in my school that I am shocked is not on here.
What?
Teachers, and you both taught at a schools that have class interchange, right?
Yeah.
Teachers holding other students for their class because they think their class is more important.
I don't.
You would
agree
have
with
like they'd come in like 5 minutes late. Here's
No,
a pass from Miss Such and
absolutely
Such.
not.
I
Do
had
not
to
do
finish
that.
such and such. That one to me, that was always so disrespectful of my
unprofessional.
time with the
Yeah,
students,
that's
and
unprofessional.
nobody said that. That's what baffles me is
That's
that was
unprofessional.
one that we had emails on announcements. You have to stop doing.
Yeah.
We even went to we won't accept passes from other teachers to be tardy from class. You just got the tardy. So you holding them, you are giving them a tardy already. Like,
Right.
Yeah, because why are you doing that?
No. So I'm about to ask. So is that equivalent to like the teachers that hold the class? Like, just say they're being disruptive and they're saying nobody's leaving. I don't care
nobody's leaving. There
right.
was you
and
had
you're
to
holding
dismiss.
the class
Yep.
right for at least a minute until they did what they're supposed to do, and then you let them go, and then they
Please
would be
get
If they
out
were
when the
late,
bell rings.
if they were late to my class because of something you
Right.
did in your class,
Right.
that was
That ain't got nothing
always.
to do
I
with
would
me.
always be like, I'd get the note and I'd be like, come on now, like
Yeah,
why
no.
are you? And I'd see it several times. I'd be like, you have your time.
Yeah.
I have my time.
Right.
My time starts
Yeah.
when that bell,
Yeah.
and if they're not in my class,
why could they not
that's still
understand
your
that,
time.
though?
Well, it was a big problem. It was a big problem in our school.
Because they
Because
hold
you don't
over.
want nobody sending kids late to your class. If you feel like your class is important, you have a cow if they send somebody late to your
Right.
class because that teacher kept them. Well, why are you keeping them back? I'm a state tested subject. Because I mean, sometimes it can be us, okay, people. Sometimes it can be us, the math and ELA teachers, because of state tested subjects. Sometimes it can be us that hold kids back. Don't do that.
Well, how
Don't do
long
that.
are your classes?
55 minutes.
So
It's short.
I had two different types. I
It's
had
short.
I had 45 minutes. We had 45-minute
yours are
classes.
really short.
Yeah, so ours are really
had
short.
block
But
schedule,
I also
so-
taught at a school that had block scheduling.
See, I had block
where it was an
schedule,
hour
but
and a half.
Yeah.
I thought that was way better
I
because
love
you
block
had so
schedule.
much more time with the
Right.
kids,
I
and
can't
you could
do-
watch the whole movie.
I can't. Oh my gosh, Devin.
But yeah.
You're such a comedian. No, I mean I understand because like I think sometimes because there's so much pressure put on us as state tested subject teachers with data and getting kids to proficient, getting kids to advanced, getting kids from this level to that level. There is a lot of pressure on us, but at the same time, like when the bell rings and your class is over, that's a professional courtessy.
You're right.
Let them-
You're right.
That's unprofessional and it's not fair to your coworker. Even if it's that teacher I can't stand. Mm-hmm. That's why we're being professional. I'm gonna afford you the professional courtesy that when it's time for these kids to leave, I'm not holding anybody.
You're sending a message to the kids too.
Yes.
You're saying, hey, it's okay to be late. If your mom says, hey, you can be late to your
Right.
job at McDonald's.
Yeah.
No, you
Right.
can't.
No, you cannot.
There's always
Right.
an excuse.
And if one of our teachers, if she needs to do that, she will literally come and say, hey, is it okay?
Yep, I've gotten the emails
Communication.
beforehand. I think that's better when they go, listen, we're like 10 minutes away. I don't think I'm going to finish in 10 minutes. Can I have
But that shouldn't be a consistent thing,
No,
though.
well, yeah,
No,
some
that
of
don't
them
need to
it
be a
was.
consistent thing. Because then at that point, it's a time management issue on your part.
Yep,
Like,
Agreed.
you feel playing your lesson different.
especially by sixth period. You haven't got it together?
Absolutely.
Say it
Man,
again.
because first period, the guinea pig
Yeah,
class.
first period.
Wait, say that again for the people in the back.
I forgot what I said already.
I don't know. All right.
I have ADHD. I was-
you
I
got
was-
some
That's
beef
bad
ones?
time management
Oh,
on your
yeah,
behalf.
that's bad. What our teachers used to say when we was kids, poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part.
Yes.
Woo!
I love that saying.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
my-
it tattooed on my back.
Shut up. Tats
I got
on
a
my
tattoo.
back.
I got a tattooed on my thigh.
Well, if I see that, then it's poor planning on my part. And it does constitute an emergency.
This episode is brought to you by Thrive Market. Teacher friends, let me tell you about Thrive Market. It has become my go-to for all my grocery and household essentials. The convenience of getting everything online and quickly shipped to my doorstep is essential with my crazy schedule. I personally love that Thrive Market carries brands with the highest quality ingredients and sourcing methods. They restrict hundreds of ingredients across their food and cleaning categories, and I can use their on-site filters to suit my lifestyle needs. Whether you're looking for low-sugar alternatives or gluten-free pantry essentials, you can curate your own shopping experience with a few clicks. And as a Thrive Market member, I save money on every single grocery order. On an average, I save over 30% each time. They even have a deals page that changes daily and always has some of my favorite brands. I just saved $30 on my last order. Join in on the savings with Thrive Markets today and get 30% off of your first order, plus a free $60 gift. Go to thrivemarket.com/TOD for 30% off of your first order, plus a $60 gift. That's Thrive, THRIVE, market.com/TOD. thrivemarket.com/TOD.
There's some people that like they are information hoarders. Like they find out something and they're like, "Ooh, this works really well," and they won't share it with anybody else. And I'm like I'm a sharer. I'm like, right. I figured this out. But I'm just saying, like, why not help everybody else? Our jobs are hard enough. You know, it's the collaborative planning. It's the some teachers are islands. They don't want to collaborate. They don't want to collaborate with anybody. Collaboration is good. It's not a bad thing.
They're fighting for that teacher of the year.
What?
They're fighting for that teacher of the year.
But you know what's crazy is the teacher of the year. You're getting voted. Your peers are who vote for you.
Yeah.
So
I'd be more
like the teacher who is the teacher of the year, that's because you're collaborative with other people. You're willing to work together. We building community here. But the teachers that nobody can stand it, when it's almost like you found the answers to the test and you ain't trying to share. I don't appreciate that. So you mean tell me you got 100 and the rest of us got a 50? That ain't fair. We all should have failed together.
Yep.
What
share
about
that F.
teachers who take credit for other people's ideas?
What is that? I ain't never even seen that, because that is on here. I saw that teachers do. That must have been somebody individual. They came up with something and they like, you know what? This witch, she took credit for
This witch.
Because we can't say the other word. This witch, I came up with that. She's gonna take credit for it. And she went home. She told her husband, and she was like, you know what? I told her that's not fair. I'm an executive. Sorry. Anyway. That's Kevin Hart.
That was look personal for a second.
Right,
I thought she was about to start talking. And last Tuesday, when you parked your vehicle behind my car.
Oh my gosh, teachers that park in them parking spaces they ain't supposed to be in. This says teacher of the month. Now, I don't agree with teacher of the month because we all should be teacher of the month because we all working hard.
Our parking spots are not labeled at all. But
you have your
designated
parking spot.
That's your spot.
Your designated
and there's times where you pull in, you're like, what?
Why is your car? Hey,
you can't blame
me. I need you to back out of my parking spot.
It's funny because one time somebody was parked in my spot and I pulled in next and they were still in the car and I was like, and I just stared right out the window.
Which is why you can't blame me for going across the street to that church and stealing some cones just so I could put in my designated spot.
You did that, and that's funny.
I did do that. I did do that.
I cannot. You're the teacher that we're all like, you did what?
The shocking part to you is protecting your spot and not the stole from a church part that you had. You're like,
do what he got to do. He's trying to keep his parking spot.
Yeah, well, he's going to get up to heaven and there'll be cones in his spot up in heaven. And the guy will be like, spot taken.
What is cones doing here? I can't with y'all. I can't. Sometimes teachers beef with.
That's funny.
That was funny. Y'all come up with so much good stuff. I'm like, all right, man, moving on because I can't think of anything funny to say.
Teachers giving a class a bunch of candy to eat right before they come over to my class. I don't necessarily like the sugar.
A bunch of candy.
I never thought the sugar rush was that big of a thing. Like I would see it occasionally, but my problem was giving food in general. Like sometimes they would come in with plates. Like you ever have students walk into your class with a plate and they're like, oh yeah, we had a party last class and I didn't finish it all. And they'll sit down and they're eating or they're bringing food that they just got from last class.
Okay, so I will say
Cupcakes?
I have been.
No, usually
Chips.
like just chips and stuff. Yeah,
pizza.
But also, it's one of those things too where it's a communication thing. Because our kids rotate in a circle. So the place that my kids rotate to, the lady across the hall is my teacher bestie. So I get if I give the kids something to eat, I'm like, hey, better hurry up and finish that before you get to such and such a class because I don't want trash all over her floor or whatever. Or there have been times where I've given out food and not been aware, like, oh crap, they're all about to go to her class and they're going to be eating. So then I'll go over and be like, hey, I'm really sorry. They're all about to be eating. But then once the communication of it, because I just didn't think about it. Like I just was like, the bell's about to ring. Like here's because people send snacks for my students from TikTok. Like I have an Amazon wish list, shameless plug. Get some snacks for my students. But because they eating me out of house and home. But my kids, like it'll be right before the end of class and I realized I told them I would give them a snack and I'm like, crap. And so I pass out a snack and they transition to the next class and I'm like, well, dang.
Well, dang.
I forgot that all y'all about to be munching on something in such class, and so
and then I'm cursing you out.
I'm sorry. Let's be real. It's me. I'm the culprit.
Let me ask y'all a question. Now, what's something that you guys know you did to start a beef with another teacher?
Well, that didn't start a beef. I don't think I've ever like intentionally started a beef, or I guess you're saying even unintentionally.
Yeah. Blame it on my mind and not my heart type situation.
I don't know. I just ain't. I don't think I just go talk to people if it's something that I like. I think I interrupted somebody's class, or I was like consistently interrupting their class, and I was like, hey, I had to realize like, hey, like you're just walking into their room, and I said something to them about it, and they were like, it's fine. Like I didn't think anything about it. So I think I was like more self-conscious about it, but also like being cognizant of the fact that like we can't just bust up in each other's rooms, you know? And so I think like, yeah, anyway, I don't know. Is that like a thing at y'all school? No?
Yeah, we're just making it as quietly awkward for you.
Yeah, I was like, is that not a thing?
No, it is, absolutely, yeah. The one thing, my beef that I would have sometimes is I would have teachers that would want something signed, but they would give it to me like super late. And I'm like, I don't have like sign-in sheets, or can you fill this out about this student? We have a meeting in 20 minutes. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works. You got to give me time.
Yeah, no, because I haven't even read this. What am I signing?
Yeah, exactly. And
I don't like when somebody comes and says they need something at the last. Baby, we ain't got that kind of time on our hands.
Right.
Yeah, poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part. Like legit in that particular instance.
Mine come in the frame of in art meetings. I'm conducting an art, and the general in art meetings. The point is like we would be sitting down to discussing everything on the IEP for the child that we came together, the goals and everything, and the problem would be the gen ed teacher would try to take that time to turn it into a parent teacher conference.
I've seen that. Yep.
So
that's not what this is for right now.
This
like,
is the IEP.
That's legitimate.
Yeah,
not saying that you don't have legitimate, but right now we have to focus on this. These are directives.
This is for the kids' services.
Right.
Like, this is not
exactly. So that would be one of the biggest things I would get like that would just boil my blood.
And I bet you a lot of inclusion teachers that's frustrating to a lot of special education teachers.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But
and that's I don't like that. That's don't monopolize the time. That's not if you didn't have time to call a parent teacher conference, now is not the time. Right.
There's also one in here said that when you have like a parent teacher conference with the kid, the teacher that has no problems whatsoever, and then everybody else, and they act like they're doing something miraculous. Yeah. You know, that's the beef. It's like
he doesn't act like that in my class.
Fine in my class.
Insane. I'm like, if we collectively as a group, all right, because we all see the same kids in 6th grade, we all see the same kids. If we are collectively as a group having a problem with the student, but all of a sudden magically in your class they don't have any problems, the math ain't math in there. I don't even do public math.
And let me tell you right now, PE does not count, because
we're not talking
there
about
would
PE.
be time. No, I mean like there would be times we sit at the table and the parent would be like, "Well, he's got an A in PE class." It's like
PE.
Yeah, because he likes to play sports.
Yeah.
But when it comes to putting pen to paper, we're exactly.
No, we normally don't ever even have the PE teacher in those meetings.
Have you ever had the parent try to start the beef? Like, well, obviously, what are you doing?
Absolutely.
Right, Ms. Richardson?
Oh, my gosh.
That this gentleman is not doing.
And that is not fair.
They playing each other against each other.
Yeah, and like if you never do, you don't fall for that kind of bait. The only time people fall for that kind of bait is when you really didn't like that teacher.
Right.
That you're like, you wanted the smoke. You're like, well, they don't do that in my class.
I'm glad you asked that, man.
Right. Well, in fact, I personally do a great job of building a relationship with them because they trust me.
Right.
They don't give me any problems. I wonder why that is. And you're like looking over the parent's head at the other teacher. That's petty. But it does.
An A in that class, huh? You mean the same class that keeps them over 10 minutes each day so that I can't see it? My bad. Oh, sorry. What was that?
And the principal's like, hey, wait, why are y'all throwing out this stuff during the parent-teacher conference? I didn't know that you was keeping the kids over and why you ain't got a relationship.
Now, it turned into a whole different meeting.
Yeah.
And that's not what it's for.
Y'all should have had a meeting about the meeting to have the meeting. You know?
Yes,
kind of like
true.
y'all do the staff meetings.
Yeah.
Send it in an email.
You're not wrong. Like you might be onto something. Like maybe, because we traditionally just all sit down and everybody comes in and then we go, let's start. What if like right before like student parent-teacher conferences,
Just a
all
little
the
time
teachers
out.
had 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, the teachers are going to sit in there for 5 minutes, and then we're going to bring in the, you know, and I know that adds a little bit of time, but maybe sometimes it also can speed up the
I'm about
process.
to say, you know what else add time?
All right,
when y'all get the arguing in there.
Well, what bothers me is when we go around the table. It's
Yeah.
like every
Because
person.
it puts people on the spot too. It's like, well, this
you
is
have
the
to come up
problems.
with something.
Right. This is about, because then, yeah, I can see how like the 2 or 3 teachers that they're not having any problems in their class, you don't want to feel like I got to come up with something when really like because to me, if it's split down the middle, if like 2 teachers, they ain't having problems in their class, 2 teachers that are, like it might be something to look at with those. But
Yeah.
if it's 6 of us and they having problems in 5 people class and the one person's like, yeah, they don't have any problems in my class.
Yeah.
Because you sleep. you know, he could be he's swinging from the rafters and you ain't know.
Yeah.
Boy just been up there hanging around. Mm-hmm. We have what they say, teachers make like thousands of little micro decisions every day. Mm-hmm. Like we do. So that's why like the decision fatigue is real after school.
Exceedingly
When you're trying to figure out, you know, what to eat for that, man, I don't even care. Put the pizza in the oven. It was in the freezer. Mama, can we go to McDonald's? Yes. Because I don't want to have to make another decision. I'm happy you suggested McDonald's because I was going to drive straight to the house.
Right.
I forgot about the food. Because I don't want to have to make another decision. I drove home on autopilot because I hear the screams of y'all's child's voices in the silence of my car because they just scream and holler at each other all day long. It's torture. One of my kids, I told him, I said, you ask me so many questions, I feel like I hear your sleep. I hear your voice in my sleep at night.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Richardson, I just wanted to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
I want an electric vehicle just so I don't have to hear the sound of the engine as I go down the road.
I need
complete silence.
Oh my gosh. The overstimulation. We need to do an episode on that. The overstimulation that there is at school. Because other people walk into, like a parent will walk into the cafeteria like, dang, it is loud. How are y'all sitting in here? And when we're in there and we get used to it, and it's like your ears are like bleeding, but you're like, nah, I'm used to it.
Yep.
Because it's so unbelievably loud. It's like that's why when we get in our car at the end of the day, it's like, whew.
When the kids exit out of the classroom and that door, and it closes, the second it closes, I'm like,
You just feel like you're just gonna melt into the floor. The
there it
overstimulation,
is.
especially middle school, because there's like 10 of them that will come up to talk to you at a time. And sometimes, especially as teachers, we talked about this on one of the other episodes. There's a lot of stuff that's going on at the same time. We also need to talk about teacher interruptions, because my God, okay, overstimulation and teacher interruptions
Oh, it happens.
all
It
the
does.
time. But this is a good episode.
It was. Devin, can
Teacher
you do me a
beef.
favor?
yes.
Can you close out this episode, please?
Sure. Casey, where can people find you, my friend?
Well, close out the episode.
close out the
like
episode?
just shut the episode down for
Okay.
us.
Well,
Just-
we were about to have beef because I don't know. I was just going to
He
start
just
something
already
with
said
it.
just shut it down. Just close it down.
Just close it down?
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been Teachers Off
Hey,
Duty.
I have a question.
Okay, all right. Sorry.
Interruption. That's the
I
second
knew that
interruption.
there was no possible
we
reason.
could not end it without that person
We're
being
such
exposed.
siblings.
How you gonna, as we're ending, you
wait,
gonna raise your hand up and ask, damn it, Janice?
That Janice!
Janice!
Speaking of overstimulation,
You know me and Casey holler when we talk.
just a little bit.
You know we
I've
yell.
never seen the microphones on a podcast set down to 1. The lowest possible
So Miles is
level.
over there turning the.
Right.
It's like, dang it, man.
He's like,
You guys
know
are
what?
peeking.
Let's just have one mic. And
Yeah,
then it's
he's
just
like-
my mic is the only live
So
one.
Moss is like a DJ over there. He's having to turn
We'll
the.
just hear it out of all the other mics.
I'm going to talk soft with the
No.
next episode so Devin's not overstimulated.
And there you have it again, guys. Another wonderful episode of the Teachers Off Duty podcast. Yes, indeed. Listen, real quick, before we close it, let me just say this. Regardless of what disagreements you have amongst yourself and your coworkers, just remember to stay professional. Remember to love on each other. Remember, we're all here for the same purpose, the same goal. And I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but trust me, we get a lot more accomplished when we work together than we work apart.
I feel like I had to say, we are the world.
I feel like that deserves a PBIS buck.
Bye, best friend.
It's your man, KC Mack.
Honest Teacher Vibes.
Devin Siebold.
See you next week.